What's going on, family? How y'all doing? I just wanted to pop in, right? Because I got the news, man, that you know, that Breonna Taylor was her family was given basically 12 million. Y'all can hear me? Let me make sure y'all can hear me first. Can y'all hear me? Make sure y'all can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Check one, check two, check three. Where was Delta on July 4th? We didn't see him leading the NFC militias through the streets of Atlanta, Georgia. Make sure y'all can hear me. Peace, family. How y'all doing? Welcome to another edition of Morse World TV. I want to make sure that y'all can hear me. Did y'all hear the news? Breonna Taylor. Have y'all heard the news? Oh, that's good. They want to make videos, but my point is about to be proven. You know what I'm saying? My point is about to be proven due to the fact that now that they have awarded Breonna Taylor family 12 million, now what's going to happen is these vultures and these predators, now they're going to be waiting on the next brutal murder. You feel what I'm saying? They're going to be waiting on the next brutal murder. Now what I want to discuss real quick is the 12 millions, of course. The 12 million, yeah, you know what? But the frauds is what we should address too. We should address that these frauds that have created, they say, oh, hold up one second. Let me calm down. Drink my kombucha. You know what I mean? You feel me? Listen, family. This is the issue right here. Sonny Boxing, man, listen. Bro, message me on Facebook. I lost your message on Facebook. Message me on Facebook so you can come to the top of the thing. Hey, Sonny, man, we had bro, we had a hacker in here to delete your comment. I went back and checked the name. And that's the thing, D. Joyner. Thank you, D. Joyner. This is why I had to go live today. I had to go live in the middle of the day is because I had to go live in the middle of the day because it's a sad state that the price of life when you are one who are descendants from the inhabitants of Africa is very cheap. And what I mean by that is, yes, there should be some punitive damages, et cetera, et cetera. But the first thing is that the criminal still walks around. The system is really, not going to be addressed in a very effective way. And it's just sad. It's just sad, family, that the price of life is cheap. And now what's going to happen is, these fraudulent groups are now waiting and preying on the next brutal killing in the communities. They're waiting on the next headline. They're waiting on the next police brutality headline. But one thing they're not waiting on is the black on black, quote unquote, crime. This is what bothers me. That when you look at people like InFact, and people say, well, what are you talking about InFact? Because if anybody got any good sense, they should be able to understand that these groups are birthed out of tragedy. And there's nothing wrong with groups being birthed out of tragedies, but there is something wrong with groups waiting for the next tragedy. And all of these groups out here are waiting on the next brutal murder right now. They're waiting on the next Trayvon Martin so they can come forth. They're waiting on the next Breonna Taylor. This is the sad part. This is the sad part with my community. Hey family, I know I speak in such a way that people don't like the raw truth, but it's the raw truth. I'm not getting endorsed by Synergy, so let me put this down. Listen to me, a kombucha. Let me say it. This is the raw truth. The raw truth is that the price of life to the people who refer themselves as black is very cheap and can be bought. This and I mean all honor. I mean, what does Jay have to do with this discussion? In fact, somebody said, what does Jay have to do with discussion? Jay has really nothing to do with this discussion, but the birth of NFAC comes out of tragedy. And I'm saying that it's okay to birth organization out of tragedies, but Jay is a fraud, and these tragedies give the ability for more frauds to enter into our community for wrong reasons. I don't care what Ashanti Drama say. I don't care what anybody say. Grandmaster Jay is a fraud. And he is working an agenda that we will not know right at this moment. But now, Ashanti Drama, what do we do before the next Breonna Taylor happened? What do we do? What do we do before the next Michael Brown happened? And see, if NFAC is legitimate, they should be planning to do something before the next Breonna Taylor. This is what bothers me. I'm planning to do something. Let me tell you something about, rock with me for a minute. I'm going to take an hour and talk about this. Breonna Taylor family was awarded $12 million, rightfully so. Trayvon Martin family was awarded, I think it was reported, $1 million, rightfully so. Michael Brown family was awarded $1.5 million, rightfully so. But of all of these awards that have been awarded, how many people went to prison? Can anybody answer that? You know what I mean? Can anybody answer that? How many people went to prison? How many? Can anybody answer that? See, that's the problem right there. That's the problem right there. We got a major problem in our community that we are scared to address. And that problem is us. That problem is us. And if I point it out, you say, oh, quote unquote, you working with the white man. What you talking about? Because I want to fix me. I want to fix us. I want to fix me. I want to fix us. Let me tell you something about the emotional people. Let me tell you something about the emotional people. In the O.J. Simpson case, whether you believe he was guilty or not, he was found not guilty. But the Browns and the Goldman was awarded money. He still was found not guilty. Not saying that's going to happen in the Breonna case. But the point that I'm making, even with OJ, he went to court and they dealt with the adjudication of the criminal charges before the civil. Now, different states You know what I mean? Different plates. It is what it is. But the point that I'm making is the price of life is cheap. The price of life is cheap. And we so emotional. We so emotional that we don't even look at facts. We don't even look at facts. Let's look at the facts. Do Grandmaster Jay have any track record of organizing people to uplift people or to protect communities before a murder of somebody in the community? Does he? Does he? Like, for real? If you for real about protecting the community on a militia level, the militia, let me tell you something. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. The militia is supposed to be in a community and supposed to be a part of a community. And when the militia is in the community and a part of the community, when an infiltrator comes in the community, whether they want to overthrow the community, whether they want to infiltrate the community, then the militia kicks in. That's the purpose of a militia. The purpose of a militia is not to protest. What NFAC is a protesting group. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Let's stop playing these games as if NFAC is a militia. It's a protesting group. The only thing that they have done was protest. They did no different than Martin Luther King, Black Lives Matter, or anybody else. That's all they did was protest. They put down the sign and they grabbed a couple guns that they're not going to use. Let's be clear. I mean, let's be clear. So somebody say, your rep Moore's not black community, so what's your point? You stupid fool. Way too shy. Do you want to come on the show? You's a fool. I rep the Moore, not the black community. What are you talking about? You sound goofy. You sound goofy. I rep the community of those who are indigenous and who are descendants from the inhabitants of Africa. I don't care what you call yourself. I don't care what you call yourself. You got me twisted. You got me twisted. Way too shy. You done gone crazy. You done gone crazy. I represent my people. I represent my people. That's who I represent. I call myself Moore. Some people call themselves black. Some people call themselves Hebrew. Some people call themselves whatever. Indigenous. I represent my people. And I'm telling you that NFAC is going to sit around and wait for the next brother or sister get choked out or their brains blown out before they spring into some sort of action. And that's not the way that our people conduct business. That's not the way that our people conduct business. If you're really concerned about the quote unquote black community, if you're really concerned about the so-called black community, then you need to be in a community. Where is Grandmaster Jay community at? Let's just stop the game plan. Let's just stop the game plan. Where is Grandmaster Jay community at? I can go in my community right now. Matter of fact, I was going to do this live stream from the community. You don't want me going to my community because I'm going to bring out some real people. I'm going to bring out some real people. And y'all going to be thinking twice about them silly threats and them silly nonsense you talking about. Because when I seen that $12 million settlement, which rightfully so, they should receive some compensation. Rightfully so. But we need to put emphasis on the accountability of the murderers. You know what I mean? We need to put accountability on the murderers. Grandmaster Jay was a big distraction. NFAC was a big distraction to promote Grandmaster Jay and the band and the brand NFAC. Don't we just see this? What's so hard to see about this? People with Grandmaster Jay should be able to see this. It was a promotional campaign. Y'all don't see this? It was a promotional campaign. What if you a militia? That's what I'm talking about, Cave Shadow. Who signed the warrant? Where Cave Shadow at? Cave Shadow say, who signed the warrant? Who approved the warrant? Who is accountable for the death? That's what I'm talking about, Cave Shadow. Now that's talking like intelligent people. That's talking like intelligent people. If you want to march, go to the person's doorstep that signed the warrant. You follow me? See, this has been all a charade. And then, oh man, I'm it's just sad, family. It's just sad. And what people don't know is that every city in the United States, they have a fund for police brutality. They prepare to pay people off. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? I forget what the fund is called. But do y'all know that they got a fund that's prepared to pay people off? Huh? Who is Anthony Moss? I mean, do they know that? Who is this person right here? How do this person become a, okay. Let me see. Okay, that's Sunny. Let me check these moderators real quick, family. Stand by. Because, man, somebody hacked the count, and, man, it was crazy. It was crazy, man. They was deleting comments last time I was in here. That was crazy to me. I'm like, man, who's these people? They delete my main man, Sunny Boxing. But anyway, the point that I'm making is, where do they go from here? Where do they go from here? The only way they can go from here is wait until the police kill somebody else in the so-called black community. They can't go nowhere else. What else they going to do? Let's read this real quick, family. Let me see if I can read this to you real quick. Let me see if I can read this to you real quick. Give me 1 second. Try to screen share this real quick. I want to read this to you real quick, family, because this is a sad state of affairs when you know what I'm saying, when we why is that like that? Hold on 1 second, family. This is a sad state of affairs, man, when we allow these tragedies to happen in the way that they do. Hold up 1 second, family. Give me one moment. I just want to try to share this real quick. Application view. All right, let me try to share this real quick. See if y'all can see this. Oh, that's George Floyd. I'm sorry, my apology. Trying to work this stream. I think I'm gonna go with StreamYard for a minute. You know what I'm saying? StreamYard. Hold up. Let me see something real quick. Bam. Let me see if I can get this straight real quick. But I do think I'm gonna go with StreamYard, man. StreamYard is official. There we go. Let's try this. Okay, stop sharing. Give me 1 second, family. And I can't get it right, but that's okay. Oh, I think that's it right there. Let's see if y'all can see that. Let me see if y'all can see that real quick. We're gonna read this real quick just to give it some perspective. You know what I mean? But these vultures, man, they waiting. They waiting for the next tragedy to happen. I'm trying to tell you, they waiting. They waiting for the next tragedy to happen. They waiting for the next murder to happen. They waiting for the next brother to get choked out. You follow what I'm saying? They sitting up here waiting. Let me make sure that y'all can see this screen share real quick. You know what I mean? What I'm saying? They sitting up here waiting. Yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah, there you go. Y'all can see it. So yeah, the trolls are up in here because the trolls don't. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about these trolls. But let me do this real quick first. So it says Louisville, Kentucky. The city of Louisville will pay $12 million to the family of Breonna Taylor and reform police practices as a part of a lawsuit settlement months after Taylor's slaying by police thrust the black woman's name to the forefront of the national reckoning on race, Mayor Greg Fisher announced today. Taylor's death sparked months of protests in Louisville and calls nationwide for officers to be criminally charged. The state attorney general, Daniel Cameron, is investigating police actions in the March 13th fatal shooting. I cannot begin to imagine Ms. Palmer's pain, and I'm deeply, deeply sorry for Breonna's death, Fisher said, referring to Taylor's mother, Tamika Palmer. The lawsuit filed in April by Palmer alleged the police used flawed information when they obtained a no-knock warrant to enter the 26-year-old apartment in March. Taylor and her boyfriend were roused from bed by police, and her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, has said he fired once at the police thinking it was an intruder. Investigators say that they were returning fire when they shot Taylor several times. No drugs was found in the home. We won't let Breonna Taylor's life be swept under the rug, said Ben Crump, an attorney. Now, let me stop right there. I want to share something with y'all, family. One thing that we got to be aware of. Let me tell you something that people should pay attention to. Let me tell you something that people should pay attention to, family. People should pay attention to the name Ben Crump. You know why you should pay attention to the name Ben Crump? Anybody know who Ben Crump is? Anybody know? Anybody know who Ben Crump is? Huh? You should pay attention to Ben Crump. The reason why you should pay attention to Ben Crump, because Ben Crump usually shows up just like that European Albright. Ben Crump always shows up when a so-called black person is killed. Now, he is the one that always, it has to be true, initiate some type of settlement. Family, the whole point is this, family. The price of life in our community have to be taken serious before it is lost. You understand what I'm saying? If a person want me to believe after the history of Grandmaster Jay, before he appeared and hijacked Black Lives Matter, before he appeared and tried to hijack the Panther group in Atlanta, and I'll be messing that up. Let me apologize to the Panther group that was in Atlanta for the Ahmaud Arbery situation. Let me apologize. I forget the name, but it is what it is. But anyway, when you look at it, family, it's like our life is worth printing money. In other words, you can print money, you can take a life, you can quiet people down, you can hush people up. And not saying, and this has nothing to do with Breonna Taylor family. I mean, this has nothing to do with Breonna Taylor family, because I know that circumstances have it that if it presents itself, they have to, do what they do. What's up, Love Queen? And I'm not here to make Breonna Taylor family a victim for making the decision that presented themselves. They supposed to take the money. They supposed to take it. However, when you look at these action-taking groups that appear when somebody is murdered, when somebody is murdered, what they supposed to do? What's up, way too shy? Then, brother, if you went to school in Baltimore off of Cold Spring Lane, you went to Morgan State University, then you right up the street from Park Heights. You know how we get down here? You right up the street from Park Heights. You know we real. Come on, bro. You know we real. You feel me? Come on, man. You know I'm not just saying this for a YouTube view. I'm saying this for real talk. You know what I mean? If in fact it's so real, tell them go walk marching down Park Heights Avenue. I mean, what's that? Park Heights and Belvedere. You know what I mean? You want to fix some community? You want to represent some community? Go walk down Park Heights and Belvedere. Just 6 months ago, police blew a young boy brains out on Park Heights and Belvedere. Huh? On Park Heights and Belvedere. Just blew the boy brains out. Bam! It didn't make the news. Only time these people is going to show up is when it's these stories are big and they can get a name for themselves. Y'all don't know about that? Y'all don't know about that? These people are opportunists. These people are wolves. These little fake groups that say they represent our people, they are wolves. They are wolves. They waiting for somebody to blow our brains out so they can get a name for themselves. They waiting for somebody to slaughter, to choke us out so they can get a name for themselves. And so you think everybody that's your skin is your friend? You are insane. You are insane. And Grandmaster Jay ain't no different. He capitalizing off the tragedy of the war going on against our people. That's the fact of the matter. That's the fact of the matter. He's an opportunist. And a lot of these groups out there are opportunists. He's an opportunist. And anybody that think different. How much? Let me tell you something. Many groups try to be birthed off the tragedy of the so-called Black Death in the inner city. But none of these people are from the inner city, nor do they go back to the inner city to help clean up the inner city. I'm in the inner city. People want to ask what I do. I house people in the inner city. People want to ask people what I do. I actually feed people in the inner city. People want to ask what I do. I actually employ people in the inner city. You want to ask what I do? Are you serious? But guess what? I'm not going to be putting people on camera. Look, I gave this person a job. I'm not going to be putting on camera. Oh, I fed this person. I'm not going to be putting people on camera. Are you serious? Are you serious? I interface with real OGs. I interface with real OGs, real gangsters that's banging that gun right now. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? I could call up a gangster right now if I wanted to. That's real. That's really out there helping people. Don't play with me, man. This guy is an opportunist. And anybody that follow him, they don't have enough experience in life to differentiate. They don't got enough experience in life to differentiate the real from the fake. And anybody that they think can say, oh man, Brother Bay this, Brother Bay that, then you don't know real. You know what I mean? Then you don't know real. Man, hold up. Man, don't make me pull on this phone, man. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Hey, listen, man. This is the point that I'm making, family. At the end of the day, family, we have to organize something that's real. You know what I mean? Way too shy. That's right, bro. That's right. And you know what? Hey, way too shy. If you from the shy, when I was in Chicago, go on my Facebook page. You know the first place that I went? To the South Side. Let me tell you something, way too shy. When I first went to Chicago, right? What they like to call Chirac. You know what I mean? I'm a Moorish American, and that's the Mecca of the Moors. When I first went there, right? They were having a meeting in the temple, and I couldn't go in, and the meeting was in the hood on 63rd. You know what I'm saying? The meeting was in the hood. I couldn't go in a meeting because I wasn't what they would call an ADAP yet. So I had to stand out front. You know where I was at? You know where I was at? I was out there talking to the real people. I was out there talking to the Stones, yeah. Yeah, I was out there talking to the real people. Yeah, that's where I was at. You know what I'm saying? And even Moors was looking at me like, huh? Huh? Come on, man. Come on, man. That's where I be at. I actually was going to go live from North Avenue today. You know what I'm saying? But I talk to real people every day. And this is why I can see Grandmaster Jay is not real about this thing. It has nothing to do with the people in fact. The people in fact are probably real. They probably real. But this guy, Grandmaster Jay, is not real. That's why I've been talking about him. That's why. That's why I presented the facts, and I offer anybody who want to come in, even right now, to show me where I'm wrong. I'm using this StreamYard, and I can give you the link right now. I can give you the link right now. I mean, who want to come in? Yeah, who want to come in? I can give you the link right now. Come in. Prove me wrong. I give you the link right now. Come in and prove me wrong. You can't prove me wrong. There is not one thing that I said that was wrong. Only thing that I think I may have said was, and I don't even think I said it, the last video I did, and I said these are all actors. And I don't mean all actors as it relates to everybody in fact. I'm telling you, it's 3 or 4 people in his close circle that are actors, and I pointed them out. You know what I'm saying? And I pointed them out. Here's the link right here. Don't come on here disrespectful. Look at the link right here. Come on up in here. There's the link. You can't see it. Don't come up here disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? But if you want me to show you facts, there we go. There's the link. You can't see it. Peace and love, family. Come up here disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? But peace and love, family. You on Warsaw TV, brother. You on? There we go.
Hey, what's up, brother? Hey, man, this is Taino Lifestyle.
That's how you doing, brother. Talk to me.
Man, I'm chilling, man. Look, I just want to speak, man. Everything you're saying, you on point, bro.
Right.
Like 100%. The only beef that I do got with you, bro, and I'm gonna be real with you.
1 second. Let me. They say it's got an echo. Give me 1 second. All right, say something.
Yeah.
Hold up. They say it got an echo. Let me make sure I get the echo out, bro. All right, say something.
Yeah.
All right, we good. Get my phone out the way. All right, let me make sure I get. Is that the mont? All right, now say something.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Let's go.
All right, man. Look, I'm
Let
also
me make sure they can hear. 1 second. Can y'all hear on Morswell TV? Are y'all good? Y'all can hear now? Let me press 1 if y'all can hear. All right, y'all can hear now. Okay, cool. All right, family. The floor is yours.
Yeah, man. Like I was saying, bro. Look, man. Much love and peace to you. You know what I'm saying? I respect everything you're doing. Your research is impeccable, bro. Straight up. Only thing that I do disagree with you is when y'all talk about this Masonic stuff.
Right.
I am a Freemason. I've been doing this for 16 years. You feel me?
Right.
This is the only reason why I'm saying this, because I see a lot of people, your comments, how they talk about this person's a Mason, that person's a Mason. I'm like, you know what? Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody's on that Masonic, you know what I'm saying? Or what y'all want to call like Illuminati, New World Order, takeover, whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if people know about Masonic principles and Masonic studies, it's not about that at all.
Well, let me say this. I think a lot of people need to understand. Let me turn my mic down a little bit. I think a lot of people need to understand 2 different things. One of the things is they got to understand Masons and they got to understand Shriners. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it just appears that the brother Grandmaster Jay is being controlled by Shriners. And we know it's levels to this. You know, you got the Masons that look out for the hood. It's Masons that look out for the hood.
Of course.
True indeed.
Of
You know what I'm saying? Those are not that. See, I think we, like, for instance, when somebody say Moors enslaved black people, I really don't take it personal. I use it as an opportunity to educate them. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And so you, as a brother that's a Mason, and you good to the brotherhood of Masonry and not for the manipulation that some do use it for their advantage. It's good and bad and everything. I mean, that's the universe, the positive and negative charge. You feel what I'm saying?
Let's get an understanding of this, though. Okay, so you know, there's European Masons, and then there's us, you know what I'm saying, the black and brown Masons. We're not on that. The European Masons, that's a whole different ballgame. That's a whole different beast.
Fact.
I can't speak on them. I'm only speaking of, you know what I'm saying, black Masons, you know, right. PHA Masons, Scottish Rite Masons, you know, black Masons. Okay, we know where the original, where we originally come from. You know what I'm saying? We don't trace no lineage to no, you know, Grand Lodge of England or nothing like that. Get what I'm saying?
Right.
See, now I see in your chat, you got a whole people saying Scottish Rite and all that, but
because this is what you got to understand. All right, brother. And I don't want to turn this to that because I want to let people know about the Breonna Taylor thing. But brother, we can come on and discuss this later if you send me an email.
I'm down, brother. Anytime, bro.
Because listen, my thing is this, brother. I am passionate, but I'm not in my passions, which means I love you regardless. I got a love for Grandmaster Jay. I just disagree with him, and I think he's being motivated by outside forces.
You know what? And he very well may be. He very well may be, but just like I said, to put it with Freemason, I don't think that's correct.
This is the thing. This is the thing at the end of the day, brother. You being a Mason, right? And you have been through the internet and have seen all of these what they will call rituals being betrayed, the handshake with Jay-Z, with you know, they show all of this stuff. And so it's kind of hard.
See, hold on. Let me hold you there real quick. My bad. See, that's a misconception right there. See,
yeah, but let me just explain real quick, brother. I know you want to respond, but let me just finish my sentence real quick because I don't want to cut you off. I'm known to cut people off, but it's when you see all of this propaganda, if that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? When you see all of this propaganda and it's all through the internet, right? And you have a people that have suffered at the hands of the symbol that represent Masonry. We have suffered at the hands of the symbol. When you go into DC, you see the symbol of Masonry, and the power brokers are definitely Shriners or Masons. So I'm saying, you know, to the defense of the people are looking at it like, hold up, the slave owners, the slave holders were Masons. Hold up. The people who created the capitalistic system, whereas though it could be equal, but it's perpetuated where one suffer and die and other people get rich. Hold up, you know. So the people is bringing it from that perspective. You follow what I'm saying?
So you know, and what you're saying, you got a good point on that. But what I'm trying to say is, look, just like you know, and everybody know that Masonic works on a system of you know, symbols and signals and allegories, right? Not every signal, not every sign that you see is a Masonic sign. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Now you got like what you said, like you said, Jay-Z, he throws the rock, right? The diamond. That's not Masonic. It might be Illuminati, it might be something else, but it's not Masonic.
Right. Could you come up here and teach us the Masonic signs?
Oh, nah, you already know that. You know that. You can't teach me no more signs.
I'm just messing with you, brother. But the whole thing in a nutshell, brother, is when you look at our people, right? And we have suffered at the hands of Masons or Shriners or whatever, and we can't deny that. Those who perpetuated slavery and the power brokers were Shriners and Masons.
And those are the Europeans, Masons.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, isn't that true though?
Yeah, that's the European.
So with that being true, Masons. And then you have a brother who claiming to be a Shriner or a Mason, it seems like you are joining forces for the untrained and uneducated mind, or those who have been educated on it and say, well, you know what? I ain't really feeling this, because let me say something about this, brother. You know what I would hope one day that we could wake up and do? When you look at the Prince Hall Masons, right, and you look at the history of Prince Hall, he kept on applying to be recognized by England. He kept applying. You know what I'm saying? Is that right?
Look, brother, let me explain something to you.
Is that right?
Let me explain something to you.
Let me ask you something. Is
There's
that
a
right?
difference between European masonry.
No. Did Prince Hall continue to appeal to Europe to be recognized?
You're absolutely correct.
Okay,
you're
now,
you're
I'm gonna let you talk. Let me just
correct.
finish my sentence. 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Now, because that's the case, for a so-called black person and a regular everyday person, when they start to see that, why are we appealing to Europeans to recognize us, is one of the issues when you start talking about so-called black masonry.
Okay,
now,
see,
they don't do that today, of course.
Personally, I don't agree with that either. I don't agree with that, because our true knowledge doesn't come from Europe. It don't come from Scotland. It don't come from England. It comes from Kemet. It comes from Egypt. It comes from maybe even before that. So, you know what I'm saying? The problem is that you get these people that are under these European organizations, and so because you have your black and your Latino brothers that are Masons as well, they put everybody together with these European Masons. We're not the same as them.
Absolutely. And I know that, but the thing is that because the beginnings of Masonry in our community was appealing to Europeans, it's just like the NAACP. It was founded by Jews. Like, for us to put a lot of confidence in the NAACP, it's just not. I mean, something going on beyond that. They got to smash and crash that. You know what I mean? And I believe that the Masons of African descent need to smash. Stop calling themselves Masons. They never will. Stop calling themselves Masons. Create their own order and move forward. Because European created that term Mason. They created that.
Yeah.
And they developed it from our science. So drop the term Mason, get back to our ancient Kemetic science, and demonstrate and take us to the next level like it's supposed to be done. Because they use our science to take them to the next level and to develop them to the next level and to advance the civilization which we have founded.
And you're right, because and that's what it's all about. See, the Europeans, they stole the knowledge from Egypt, and they took it and made it theirs. You see what I'm saying? We are trying to go back. You know, a lot of black Masons, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Puerto Rican personally, but, you know, a lot of us, black and brown, we're trying to go back to the original, where originally state started at, not with these people. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed. Well, brother, send me an email and we will get in this conversation. We can talk about Masonry. I got a few brothers, man, that I'm pretty cool with. They know my position, but they still cool with me, man. We can get a panel and talk about that. You know what I mean?
That sounds great, man. Sign me up.
Indeed. Don't forget, put your email in so I can grab it.
All right, bet that. I got you.
So, family, with that being said, I mean, the fans look like a Shriner cap. They got that from us. But anyway, so back to the point, family. The Breonna Taylor family was awarded $12 million. And the reason why I went live real quick is because Breonna Taylor was awarded $12 million. I think Trayvon Martin family was awarded $1 million. Michael Brown family was awarded $1.5 million. And out of all of these cases, no one actually was held accountable. No human being. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to happen in the Breonna Taylor case, but no one was held accountable. And out of these organizations that we see that spring up from these tragedies, they never ever deal with the real issue. And one of the real issue is, as somebody mentioned earlier, that one of the real issues is the power structure. You know what I'm saying? the power structure, the powers that be. Nobody addresses the powers that be. That's a major problem. We go in there and holler at the police. The police did this, the police did that. I mean, the police did this, the police did that. Nobody want to address who signed the warrant. Nobody want to address the judge who said it was okay. Nobody want to address who voted the judge in. I mean, and then when you look at, again, you look at the power broker, you look at the attorney. I mean, Ben Crump. Nobody want to address why is this guy involved in every case. We don't even want to use our thinking. We don't want to use our thinking ability. You know what I mean? Why is Ben Crump involved in every case? You know why? Because he is the hand that broker everything for the folk. That's why. That's why. He brokers. He's a broker. You know, back in the day, when they were selling slaves, they had a slave breaker or a broker, if you will, where he would sit there when they put the slave up on the auction block, and they will give you the pros and cons of this slave, you know. And so in this day and time, you got brokers, you know, that broker deals so we can move right on. Now, when you look at the Trayvon Martin case. What has happened since the Trayvon Martin case? We scream, no justice, no peace. How much did we scream that? Did we get any justice? Did the people get any justice? We got to understand that Trayvon Martin represents a whole community. I mean, a whole community. It's just not Trayvon Martin. It's a whole community that suffer. I mean, we scream, no justice, no peace. Is $1 million, is that justice? Is that justice? Is that justice? But how, listen, how in the world can we say that Grandmaster Jay is different from anybody, or NFAC is different from anybody who's screaming no justice, no peace? How can we say that? You feel me? Peace and love, family. Peace, fam. You on Morse World TV. Who I'm talking with?
Oh, yo, this is Robbie Blue from Texas. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. What you got to add to the conversation?
Man, I was already, thinking about one train of thought, and then when you guys brought up the Freemasonry,
right,
it just made it all stick together like glue. And shout out to the brother that said he was a Mason, because I understand that maybe his reasonings for getting into it to better himself, like they say, to make a good man a better man, that all makes sense. But what we're really talking about when it comes to the system is about maintaining order, and they maintain order by staying on code, which is what we're basically trying to establish within our community, a code system, so that even if we don't all agree with each other, we stick together towards a destination, towards an address, towards a common goal. So that unfinished pyramid, that's the common goal, to shape the world in a particular image the way they see fit within their organization. Now, not giving too much on the Freemasonry, but as far as the system and what you're saying about the payouts, it reminds me of an interview I saw with the guy that was talking about the Diary of an Economic Hitman. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, I did. Absolutely. I mean, yes, I did. I've read it.
See, that on a global scale applies on a grassroots scale. They basically give you a choice. So some of these people that we think are sellouts, sometimes it may not even be that they're sellouts if they're a regular person that's not on code that gets grandfathered in, just because of their circumstances. But some of these other brothers, whether they're lawyers, whether they're cops, isn't it a coincidence that a lot of them are Masons?
Absolutely.
Because of the fraternal order.
There you go.
Police. Why? Because they're going to be on code.
And they are fraternity.
Lawyers and politicians coincidentally happen to be Masons. Now, the only thing is with the Black Freemasons, now they finally got the acceptance that they want, because you can have Black Masons that can join white lodges, and their intentions may be good, because our nature as melanated people, we believe in inclusion and healing and knowledge and teaching. But what they can do is they can take your good intentions and they can can use you as a pawn.
Come on, man.
Unbeknownst to your own understanding that,
Come on, man.
we need you to do this, to do this.
Hey, bro.
Al Sharpton, FBI agent Al Sharpton, we need you to divert the energy because brothers are turned up. Because let me tell you what, let's be honest with you. At the end of the day, this is what it boils down to. We have to start making grassroots, everyday white people uncomfortable with white privilege. See, they feel comfortable with white privilege.
But hold up, man. Hold up. We got some Europeans in the hood, man. They pretty cool. Now,
No, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying eliminate. I said get them to feel uncomfortable with the norm. Because right now, it's all about maintaining the social order and the social norms. A black man could get killed. We're never going to admit or take responsibility for what we did wrong as an organization, but we will give a payoff. So that's sending mixed signals. But the payoff is what they've done all around the globe. If you think about Patrice Lumumba, why did he get killed? Think about Malcolm. Think about all these people who are uncompromising. Gaddafi, people who are uncompromising that would not take the bribe. Because what you people got to understand, people aren't familiar with what we're saying. They have CIA agents and government agents who pose as private businessmen, like they're going on trade, but they represent the World Bank and U.S. interests. And they basically will give these world leaders an ultimatum, like, look, you can enrich yourself and your family, right, and get on code and become part of the fraternity, or you're going to have a plane accident. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You're going to have some social civil unrest in your country that's going to get you overthrown. It's the same game over and over again. And the scary thing about it is, when you really think about how many assassination attempts they had on Fidel Castro's life, if you think I'm exaggerating, researching, we have to understand what we're up against. We are up against an organization that has its tentacles in everything. And on a grassroots level, they have influencers and informants that just gather intel.
Hey, bro,
so the
come
only
on,
way
bro.
we can
You
combat
going?
that,
You going in there?
Yeah, look, the only way we can combat that is with something that's real, organic, and that's grassroots. That's why they got their imps and people they're handling to go and give them intel. Like, wait a minute. Why do you think certain music only gets played on the radio? Why do you think you only get real, uncut, unfiltered, good truth like we get from a platform like yours, but they're not going to put it for the masses to consume because they want to be able to influence and maintain the system. They want your mind to be focused on consumption. They want your mind to be afraid when they tell you to be afraid. They want black folks to feel like we can't get on code, we can't work together. So that's why you have brothers like me, let's say brothers like you and I, we can be enlightened, and then we may get older and we start coding and we make that choice. I ain't saying we make a deal with the devil, but you say, you know what? I'm willing to be a puppet. Because black folks won't get on code.
Hey, bro, you
black
so on point. Hey, bro, you so on point. And this is why you so on point. While I was covering this Grandmaster Jay demonstration, right? Believe it or not, you know, I like the truth. I don't care where it comes from. It can come from so-called white person, so-called Jew. It don't matter. If it's truth, it's truth. You know what I'm saying? But listen, people don't even know how much I held back from information that Europeans were sending me on Grandmaster Jay. Do you know they got Europeans out here that can dig up some stuff on people, man? And I'm like, man, nah, I ain't going there. You know what I'm saying? Because my point is not to put Grandmaster Jay in harm's way per se. My point is to say that, man, this stuff is not legit. So our people who falling for this, like you say, the tentacles are everywhere. Our people that's falling for this need to really questioning it. I mean, ask questions. You feel what I'm saying?
To cut you off, this is what they have to ask themselves. Is what he's doing, is it challenging the system of white supremacy or protecting it? It's that simple. And that gives you the clue. It's like, are you really truly challenging it? Or are you just putting on cosplay and giving the impression with theatrics that you're actually doing something? But when it really comes down to it, like that payout they give to the families, that'd be like me giving you a gift card to Dave & Buster's. You can only spend it at the gift shop. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, look, who can really own land? You can't own land. You still got to pay property taxes. They got the game sewn.
And that's just like money. Somebody hand out money. They just printed that up. Now they don't even got to print it up. They just digitally give it to you. Like, what is that? That don't change nothing for real. I mean,
if you get off code, they can freeze your money. They can slander your reputation.
Come on.
You get what I'm saying?
Come on.
No man can buy or sell. So what we got to understand, our liberation is going to come when we all get on code.
Come on, man.
We have to understand that there's some of us that they send amongst us, which is why they've been able to control us. Back in slavery, they would prop up a preacher to keep you in line. Later on, they use athletes. They use all these influencers that you think all they want to do is influence you to buy products or to peddle a message that they want you to digest as a whole. But it's nothing that's changing our conditions on the grassroots, and that's why you have a revolution damn near on the rise, because people like, look, man, I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I'm tired of hearing people just talking. I'm tired of us always having to compromise our culture and our morality, right?
Absolutely.
To work in a toxic system around people who are daily trying to conspire to get you fired. Like they say, we're the last ones to get hired, first ones to get fired. We deal with Karens and Darrens every day, and we're sick of it. So now they want G.I. Joe with a cosplay air rifle and vest for you to be like, now you can, they want black people to do, what's the word they call it? Basically, we live vicariously through others.
Absolutely.
That's why we love social media. Oh, man, my nigga's balling out of control. It's like, we got it. When your football team wins, you be like, we won.
We won.
You don't own no stock in them teams. All you did was buy some shoes, and you don't even have stock in Nike. Look, I'm done, brother. We know what it is? You got grown men, and you got boys. And really what's scary is, it's going to come to a point where we all have to choose, because that's what the Europeans letting us know.
Absolutely.
If Trump gets elected for 4 more years, they're like, look, man, we're willing to release the house, because I was talking to my pops the other day. He said, this is worse than it was 50 years ago. He said, at least with the Ku Klux Klan, they kind of had it a little bit hidden, and you knew the places, the spots. But see, they've gotten on cold because it is the fear of genetic annihilation. And that's where...
Do you hear me talk about that the other night?
So
was you here the other night when I talked about that? About the minority? The minority and the majority? It's about the minority trying to preserve themselves.
Yeah. Dude, it's about to become South Africa. I don't think we understand it. We better understand they're going to have all these people who look like us, that are skin folks, that are on code because there's something else before they're black. They're a Mason before they're black. Yep. They're a whatever fraternity they pledge to before they're black. They think they're some other. And all that is, you ever seen that movie Dinner for Schmucks?
No, I haven't seen it.
Niggas don't realize that they are not on they ain't invited to the table. They on the menu. They're there to humiliate you and make fun of you because they know you're Uncle Tom. They know you're a sellout. And like they say, what government does with informants that betray their own government, they usually end up killing you, because anybody who will betray their own can't be trusted.
Absolutely.
You're just used.
Absolutely. And that's
a small period of time.
And you know what? I'm going to see if we can get some other callers, bro. You got to send me your email. We got to have some conversation round table, brother. Yes,
hey, Robbie Blue, man, look me up on YouTube, brother, and hit me up from my phone. Anytime.
Send me a link, brother. Talkabear@yahoo.com.
Got you. All
right. So look, so what the brothers talk about is so real, because when we talking about infiltrating and we talk about grassroots, we don't know what grassroots is no more. In this technological age, we think grassroots is somebody start an internet campaign, somebody start a social media campaign. There is no grassroots like it used to be. Grassroots mean that I lived on North Avenue, somebody lived on Fulton Avenue, another person lived in Sandtown, and the whole Sandtown community will come together. You couldn't come in from somewhere else and talk about you bringing a militia into Sandtown. This is what this NFAC thing is. They're bringing outside forces that nobody knows, and you expect the people on the grassroots level to trust them to have their best interests in heart. And you expect me on social media not to speak on it, because I know ain't nobody coming. I mean, in my neighborhood, let me tell you something. In my neighborhood, I don't care if you know, I live in the Junction. It's called the Junction, right? And everybody know where Walbert Junction at. I ain't no street guy, so don't come looking for me on the corner. That ain't what I do. You know what I'm saying? If I'm on the corner, I'm uplifted. But I live in the Junction, right? Every time I see somebody that's out of place in the Junction, I walk up to the car. In my neighborhood, where I live at, I walk up to the car. Can I help you? I'm not ignorant with it. Can I help you? Why do I do that? Because you're not going to come into my neighborhood know what I'm saying? I don't know if you're looking at me because I'm putting out this raw information. I don't know if you're looking at somebody in the neighborhood that's doing something they ain't got no business. But whatever the case may be, we need to take responsibility in our own neighborhood. See, this is the thing that people don't like to talk about. You know what I mean? The thing people don't like to talk about is that European militias, so-called white militias, they protect their community. That's right. The Nation of Islam here in Baltimore, under Carlos Muhammad, they go into the community. Carlos Muhammad take the brothers into the community. Everybody know Carlos Muhammad. You know what I mean? Everybody know Carlos Muhammad here in Baltimore. Everybody know, most people know Taaka Bay. You know what I mean? If you don't know, you've been under a rock. You know what I'm saying? But if they don't know Taaka Bay, they're going to say the Mo brother, Brother Bay, or the brother with the fez. But everybody know Carlos Muhammad and the brothers up there. You ain't going to bring nobody up in Baltimore to fix a Baltimore problem. Baltimore just don't operate like that. I'm trying to tell you, Baltimore just don't operate like that. You know what I'm saying? And so when somebody pop up on a highly popular story of a tragedy, and we should be questioning them. I mean, good for Carlos. What do you do for our community? Come into the community and ask, Corey Davis. Come and ask. Go on my Facebook, see what I do. Go on my Facebook, see what I do. Then people know me as Brother Bay. They know me as the brother with the fez, Taaka Bay, whatever. Go on my Facebook and see what I do. Listen, one thing about me, I'm not going to wait till somebody get their brains blown out and try to get popular from it, because that's all Grandmaster Jay and NFAC has done. I'm not going to wait. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to wait for that. I mean, one thing I don't do, I'm not going to say, hey, look how many people I fed. Hey, look how many book bags I gave away. Hey, look how many. I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use social media for what it's for. I'm going to bring awareness to situation that I deem. You know what I mean? I'm going to use social media to address situations that I deem important to address. If you don't like what I'm addressing, then you can get busy. You know what I mean? Pat your feet. You know what I mean? You can get the demonstration. You know what I mean? Corey Davis, you can get the demonstration. You know what you can get, Corey Davis? You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I'm going to just put you in timeout right now. I ain't going to give you the bye-bye. I'll just put you in timeout because you being bad. You acting up. You acting bad. All right? I'm going to put you in timeout, Corey. Now, you can come out of timeout and act like you got some sense. Or you can act a fool, and I'm going to give you the Forrest Gump wave. Now, anybody in here need the Forrest Gump wave? Y'all don't know what that is now. And the Forrest Gump wave gets you up out of here. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, family, 12 million was awarded to the Breonna Taylor family. And it was awarded to the Breonna Taylor family for this tragic death. But at the end of the day, family, what's next? The point of this live stream today is to show you what's next. The next thing that's going to happen is that these predator so-called black power, these so-called black interest organizations are going to wait to the next tragedy so they can become popular, so they can become famous, so they can become some fake revolutionary. You feel me? They're going to wait for the next brains get blown out. They're going to wait for the next person get choked. You know what I mean? They're going to wait for that. You know what I mean? Love what you're doing. Out Grandmaster J. Whatever that means, I appreciate you too. But what the point that I'm making is, if Grandmaster J is going to use a sister who has tragically been murdered unlawfully to make a name for himself, he's a slime ball in my book. Because the whole time that he was marching, he may have said, Bree, it's all about Bree. He didn't address no real issues. He sit on that step and said what the people go and do. He didn't follow up with that. You look at his background is so sketchy. It's unbelievable that people would still call him some type of leader. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, instead of you going to a parade or a march, yeah, that's what he said. All eyes on Bree. Instead of going to parade or a march, why don't you parade and march yourself in the municipalities and have a real meeting like grown folks do? Have a real meeting like educated people do. Have a real meeting. No real meeting happens. No real bargaining happening with you put away your sign, grab a gun, and screaming, all eyes on Bree. That is not a real bargaining chip for real, because you don't have the firepower to even beat your way out the hood, more or less, than to beat the National Guard. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. You don't even have the firepower. You don't even have the training to beat your way out of the hood. Bloods and Crips, they outgun you. They can take care of their own hood. You know what I mean? Stones, folks, they can take care of their own hood. You don't even match up. You're there just talking. You're a protester. You're just a protester. You ain't applying no pressure. Your pressure that you're applying is no different than the sign. It's no different than the no justice, no peace. It's no different. The only thing is that you're making idle threats. And your idle threats is really that people for some reason, this is the link. You can hit the link on your cell phone or whatever. You can hit the link. You come in. You ain't got to open the camera. The link is right here. I got about 25 minutes left. I mean, like, you're just a protester. Like, and anybody who oh man, this guy's a protester. It's a different. A militia controls and protects a community. This guy's a protester. He only shows up for protesting. And he shows up to that because there's an agenda that he must direct the energy of the protest. You understand? He must direct the energy of the protest. And the next thing, just like S. Medina said, the next thing, he's going to try to convince people that he was a bargaining chip in the decision for them to get 12 million. Y'all hear me say it here first. He is going to act as if, because what he did, he influenced the 12 million. This is how sick this man is. I mean, and now he's selling merch and all that. All right. We got Brother Armstrong in the building. Peace and love, family. How you doing, bro?
Hey, peace and love, Mo. How are you?
Brother, I'm doing well, man. I'm kind of feeling some type of way, man, because, you know, I read the case on the sister, and I was kind of sketchy in my mind. I was kind of, well, I mean, it was so, the case was so sketchy, if I mean to say, that I didn't even want to cover the story. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a tragedy, man, to see the bullets. I got the bullet holes in the windows. I got the bullet holes through the walls. I got the blood pictures. I got everything. And they turning this to a fiasco. And this guy is using this to springboard some sort of celebrity that doesn't even represent the constituents on the ground. And our people falling for it. And it's a sad day in America when 12 million can compensate for a life, as well as can compensate for negligence that cannot be compensated for. Somebody needs to go to jail, and this guy is out here using it to be a celebrity, and it's sad, and a superhero. It's sad.
I have to agree with you, brother, because just like everybody else, I fell for it in the beginning. You know what I mean? I've seen I watch you and I watch him. I got to be completely honest, because right, the state we are in as Black people, we're trying to find a way. Some type of fucking way. I apologize. Excuse my language.
No, you good. Oh my good.
And that being,
there you go. My bad. I made a mistake and cut you a little bit, but you good. Go ahead.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Go ahead. It's yours.
Am I still in? Can you hear me?
Yeah, right. I can hear you good.
All right, cool. So just like everybody else, I fell for it. You know, and the sad part is I watch you bring up the old DJ stuff and the 8 Grammys and all that, and all that's well and good. But a lot of people dispute with you because they're going to say, well, that's the past and that's the past. Let me give you one point, my brother. You don't even have to go into the past anymore. Let's just start from Breonna Taylor.
There you go.
When they marched up there, they said they wasn't going to do this, wasn't going to do that, wasn't going. Everything they said they wasn't going to do, all of a sudden they doing. See, I'm in DC.
Brother, is he wasn't going to talk to the police.
Exactly.
Where you from, brother?
Exactly.
Where you say
I'm from DC.
You're from the district.
I'm in DC.
Brother, you're
yes,
from
sir.
the district. Now you already know. You already know. During the Rayford Edmonds era, when the streets was the streets, there was no going to do. It got done.
Yes, sir. Definitely so. And see, when they showed up at the march, that kind of threw me off because they supposed to be a militia, walk around armed all the time. I'm in DC, you can't do that. So that means you're just walking around, making a photo op, making a speech. Brother, I mean, it's like this. You got to understand. I don't want people to get caught up in thinking you're hating on him. It's just real understands real when it comes to being real. He made a statement and said, we're your new Black Panthers. What are you doing, bro?
That's disrespectful.
Ask the Black Panthers how they feel about you saying that. You moving too fast, Holmes. And you starting to lose people because you're moving too fast.
He don't know how.
Everybody wants a Black nation. Everybody wants a Black nation. Everybody wants peace. Everybody wants the same thing. But at certain times, you can tell BS when you see it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, I heard your video and I was like, well, you know the truth when you hear it. It's just, can you accept it? The next move he made after that was, I seen him broadcast that, yeah, they're shutting the Derby down because we threatened them. But I'm like, wait a minute. They're not having fans at the NBA playoffs, bruh. This ain't got nothing to do with you. It's no fans anywhere, bruh.
Hey, brother, you know what's amazing? I don't mean to cut your wisdom. You know what's amazing? That those that follow him do not even question the logical reasoning of how he's speaking. Nobody is questioning when he say that they sent the fans away. They did that for COVID. It had nothing to do with you.
Exactly.
Has nothing to do with you. And it's like the people that follow this mess, they never, for the life of me, I don't understand why they don't follow current events of what's really going on. Nothing is happening because of COVID. And then how do you stop something? You can say that, right? But when you go look at the footage, you like 20, 30 deep standing behind a fence. You're not affecting change. You're like a little pit bull in a cage. You're not affecting change.
Hey, Brother Bay, I'm gonna give you, before I get out of here, I'm gonna give you one because, hey, you are a charismatic young man, and I definitely appreciate your channel. You know what I mean? If anybody calls you born, they lying to you and they hating on you. You know what I mean? But from now on, we're gonna call him Backwards J. Backwards J. Let me tell you why. Because everything he says he's not gonna do, he does. Everything he say he gonna do, he ain't did yet. He said they're not marching. He said they're not talking to police.
Bro,
he said they're not taking donations. He said all this.
But Brother Armstrong, let me say,
those are the
thank for this platform that I'm trying, this stream thing that I can bring you in, because you know it makes it seem like I am just the only one that see this stuff and I'm the only one that's saying this stuff. But for somebody to see a face on it that represents the same thought, not from echoing or parakeeting me, but because you are quoting his words. And you trying to measure them to his actions, and they do not match. So you can't blame Brother Tahaka Bey no more.
Yeah, exactly. And see, that's the thing, because I see your comments and a lot of people are missing it. Out here, we say you missing it.
Right.
You so caught up in something that you missing the point. Yes, it looks cute. It look cute. True indeed. But if you just follow the past 4 months, you said you're not just marching, you're not talking to police, you're not taking donations. You've done all 3 of those. They just gave Breonna Taylor family some money, so you know that mean the police gonna walk. What you gonna do about that?
Oh no, he gonna claim. I believe that he's gonna try to claim that he had a hand in them getting some sort of compensation, because that's just how he moved. You know what I mean? That's just how he moved. Yeah. It's sad. What you know about this, brother?
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But again, Brother Bey, man, like I said, I watch you. I appreciate the knowledge you give to the people. You know what I mean? So no matter, even if you got the haters, don't even trip off that, because you got to understand. Grandmaster Jay told me I can't rock with him because I'm a felon. But he's supposed to be fighting the same system that got me in this situation. So, you know,
you hear that?
What side are you on, bro?
That's right.
You know what I mean? What side you on, bro? You know what I mean? But salute to all the people. Salute to Morse World TV, man. I'm out of here, brother.
Salute, my brother. This is for my brother Armstrong. This is for Armstrong. Can y'all hear that? Can you hear that, Armstrong? Put your Gucci right, y'all. Synchronize the time. Anyway, family. Family, it's a sad day, family. We need to organize. Huh? Hey, family, we need to do something. We need to do something. And at the end of the day, make sure y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? At the end of the day, family, we need to let people know on the grassroots level that it's up to them to organize and not allow outsiders to come and infiltrate. I mean, it's up to us to organize and not allow others to come in and infiltrate. You know what I'm saying? So if you are in Louisville, Kentucky, you are supposed to organize on the ground. If someone comes from the outside to organize, then that person needs to be vetted, and they need to be vetted thoroughly. You follow what I'm saying? They need to be vetted thoroughly, because you don't know who they sending. The same person that killed, my apology, the same person that was Malcolm X's bodyguard was a CIA operative. And it is said that he appeared to be giving Malcolm mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, but years passed, and it was determined that he was suffocating Malcolm X. He was suffocating Malcolm X so he couldn't survive. Martin Luther King, when he was killed in the Loretta Hotel, it was his cameraman that checked his pulse to make sure that he was dead. You understand? See, the way that this infiltration worked now for the rise of the true Messiah is that they have to create the fake Messiah. And you got to remember, family, and I'm going to keep saying, and I don't care if I get a lot of flack for this. Stop trying to look at the black and white issue. The black and white dynamic does exist. But the content of character is more revealing than the color of somebody's skin or the pigmentation of a person's skin. That's just the facts. That's just the facts. The content of a person's character. So if people would say to me, if people would say to me, well, You know, he claimed to be a DJ in the past. People would say to me, he claimed to be a DJ in the past. What that has something to do with, have everything to do with, he did not reconcile the lie of the past. He did not reconcile the lie of beams. He justified it. I have the recording. He even justified the beams thing and said that he was taking money from them because white people, quote unquote, took money from us. And so he was using beams to take, that was his comeback. That was his comeback. I showed a video. Let me first apologize for those who I may have showed pictures of and they for real under NFAC, because this is not for you. This is not even about you. But when I showed the pictures of all of the fake gear, I showed the pictures of all of the fake uniform. I don't care if he had on a bulletproof vest. What person walks around with airsoft uniform in his inner circle claiming to be a militia? Who does that? We're not at a paintball contest. We're not at a gym. We're not at any of that. Who does that? You're talking about you're going to have to bring the National Guard. You're talking about you're going to have to bring all the police department, and you walking around with airsoft uniform. Now, anybody who's a member of the NFAC have not seen that video, I am going to chop it up right to that point, and I'm going to re-upload it so you don't have to watch 2.5, 3 hours. I'm going to re-upload it so you can see it. I'm going to take all of these videos and I'm going to chop up highlights so you can see it. Your leader is ordering airsoft uniform. That's what he's doing. I'm not making this up. Why would you follow somebody? That's just like me. Let me tell you something about Baltimore City. If y'all don't know about Baltimore, the murder rate is crazy in Baltimore. It's crazy right now. If I was walking around Baltimore City in the hood, and everybody got that thing go bang bang, and I'm walking around with a BB gun, who is crazy? Me or them? Who's crazy? This has nothing to do with those who have joined NFAC to protect people, who have joined for real reasons. But this guy is walking around with airsoft uniform, and you got people trying to justify it. Do you see how slow that makes us as a group of people? I said this before. In nature, the weak die off and the strong lives on through the next generation. So if he is attracting people that will follow him with airsoft material wrapped around their body, with fake speeches, you already know the weak is about to die off. This is just the fact of the matter. In nature, this has nothing to do with Tahaka Bay. If y'all go home and watch Animal Planet tonight, and you watch the lions on the Serengeti, they are going to corner the weak gazelle, the baby or the weak gazelle. They're going to corner the weak buffalo or the baby buffalo. They're going to trap the wake and the baby buffalo, and they're going to tear it to shreds. He's attracting people that have confidence in him with airsoft uniform. He is attracting people that have confidence in him that says he has 8 Grammys. He's attracting people that have confidence in him that he is the Black Messiah. He's attracting the weak. You know what I mean? So in reality, I don't really have to do one more show. All I got to do is wait for the weak to collapse, and we build with the strong. I ain't got to do one more show for real. Somebody asked how they could support. I think the Cash App should be up. I definitely appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to find, let me see if I can put the Cash App for you. But yeah, so he's attracting the weak, just like in nature. It's no different than in nature. The weak is going to die off. And so if you're a part of NFAC, without a doubt, a contradiction, you're just a part of the weak right now. Unfortunately, this is not personal. I'm just telling you what it is. You're just a part of the weak right now. And being a part of the weak, you're not going to survive long. You're not going to be around long. You know what I mean? You're not going to be around long. So family, my people say, well, he's fixated on Grandmaster Jay. No, I'm fixated on my people. Stop making the same stupid errors. Do you know how you look before the world right now? Do you know? Do you even know that the world is promoting this to make you look like a fool at the end of the day? Do you know that? It's some thoroughbreds in NFAC. It's some real people in NFAC. Y'all could step aside, rename yourself, rebrand yourself, and really do some really good work and have chapters throughout every state throughout the United States. I would even endorse one here in Baltimore. You know what I mean? Shout out to Kryptonite. I would even endorse one here in Baltimore. I got some pull in Baltimore. I would endorse one here in Baltimore. Some real squad up. But we ain't going to endorse listen, we're not going to endorse something that's going to get people harmed. Let me tell you something. The people that I rock with, we for peace if possible, violence if necessary. We don't initiate violence, nor do we initiate conflict with races. We deal with the issues at hand. If the race issue come up, we deal with it. But in fact, it's actually the system and those who are a product of the system that need to be addressed. In that order and simultaneously. So at the end of the day, when the Alliance website come up, I hope that people would enjoy us and would join us, and we can put chapters in every city to protect communities. We got to protect communities. I don't want to bring my squad to your community. You don't know me. I don't even know the culture of your community. If you put me slap, drop, dab in Texas in the 4th Ward, I would be like, man, this is amazing. It would be like a school trip. This is amazing. I like it. I love the hood. Same thing. If you came from, I think it's the 5th Ward, and you came to Baltimore, you'd be like, wow, I didn't know that. If I took you to Annapolis, Maryland, the capital where I was born and raised in my early years, if I took you there, you'd be like, man, they got a hood here too. You would be amazed, but you wouldn't understand the culture. You wouldn't understand the mentality. You wouldn't understand the dynamics. You definitely wouldn't understand the dynamics of North Avenue. I'm trying to tell you, I should put some video up here. I mean, you definitely would not understand the dynamics of North Avenue. So what the people in North Avenue have to be trained in order to address the problems of North Avenue here in Baltimore. The people in Kentucky have to be trained to address the problems in Kentucky. You don't bring some outsider there who don't even have a neighborhood that he has worked in with a track record. Where is this guy track record? And now the next thing he's going to do is claim that he's been instrumental. That he's been instrumental in the Breonna case. That's crazy. That's crazy. So family, I'll be back here tomorrow. Y'all want some more research? I need to know if y'all want some more research tomorrow. Y'all was I had to go live today and report, $12 million, family, and still nobody in handcuffs. NFAC was born. They have done nothing but just frauded. And I don't mean the NFAC as those who sincerely are part of that. I'm talking about the NFAC was born as a commercialized representation and a false representation of that, of somebody's fighting for freedom. I would only like, let me see, somebody say, I would only like for you to explain if you agree with the message or not. I don't agree. Listen, Mackie Robinson, we in the Moorish Science Temple of America, right? And I like to use this because this is my rule of thumb, but I believe that the Moorish Science Temple of America teachings are universal. I believe anybody can identify with this wisdom. And I said this before on the show. It's a saying that says, would the fish bite the worm if he knew the hook was hidden therein? The only way Grandmaster J can get people to join with him, he has to speak some truth intermingled with his agenda. His agenda is the falsehood, but he has to have truth strangely mixed with falsehood in order for people to follow it. Nobody is going to follow a flat out lie. So he got to mention things of current events. He got to mention the Bible that people can relate to. He got to mention Hebrew Israelite lingo that people can relate to. He have to mention tragedies that people can relate to, because that afforded him the ability to put himself in place to be recognized as the solution. And it'll feed his narcissistic egomaniac mentality. But at the end of the day, as you can see, nothing will get solved. It's a distraction. And he's a plant that has been put there for the distraction. There is no one in their right mind. Now, Mackie Robinson, do I agree with the Second Amendment right? I've been said I do that. I believe, Mackie Robinson, what I believe is people that are bearing arms, I believe they should revamp the ideology of NFAC and put the real demonstration on the ground. You see what I'm saying? I believe we need protections in the form of policing our own self. I believe we need protections in the form of security of our own self, as well as militias, whatever you choose to call it. I believe in that without a doubt or contradiction. What I don't believe in is giving somebody the benefit of the doubt who has repeatedly been questioned as it relates to who he is. Who he is. He cannot even come clean about the Grammys. You follow me? He can't come clean about the Grammys that he said he won. He said that he's going to burn something down. He flipped it and changed it as a metaphor. Do I want him to burn something down? Absolutely not. No, because he's not going to be the one to burn it down. He's going to be the one to try to initiate one to burn it down. And when they don't burn it down, he's going to come Monday night quarterback and say, well, I meant it as a metaphor. He's going to put batteries in people back to do all this bidding. You follow me? That ain't cool. This is all of his threats that he's made. He's hoping that somebody do it for him. If you come to me with somebody with a child in the trunk of the car, and then you ask me what to do, he's hoping that somebody will put a child in the trunk of a car. If you come and say you got the mayor in the trunk of the car, he's hoping that somebody else put the mayor in the trunk of the car. Y'all don't see this stupidity? He ain't gonna do it himself. He probably $130 soaking wet. He ain't gonna do it himself. He ain't got no killer in him. He ain't got no muscle in him. He ain't even got no brain. This is what I'm trying to tell my people. This is what I'm trying to tell my people. So if I got to do live stream after live stream to warn my people, be aware, be aware. If you don't like it, you can turn the channel. I'm trying to tell my people, like, be aware. I'm trying to tell Europeans, man, don't take this man serious. I'm trying to tell my people, don't take this man serious. Y'all want some smoke? Man, we can organize and get you some smoke. But this guy don't want no smoke. He don't want no smoke. He don't want no smoke at all. You know what I mean? He going to set people up that might want the smoke. But him, he don't want no smoke. You know what I mean? He don't want no smoke. And some people say, well, neither will the Mafia Don. All organization got muscles. No, but the Mafia Don, he sits back. He don't sit up there and run his mouth in front of cameras. He don't sit up there and try to showcase. With that being said, family, it's 5:39 on the East Coast. Man, I enjoyed y'all, family. If something come up, I'll be live again. Always support the channel with a thumbs up. Always support the channel with a share. And family, some people say I should do some more research. I should bring some more research back. We might just do that, family. They get real mad. The trolls get real mad, but I'm not worried about them. I'm making sure that our people get to see this information. But anyway, we're going to watch how this unfold. I will be back tomorrow night. I'll be back tomorrow night at the 9 o'clock hour. Not sure what we're going to be talking about, but we're going to be talking about something current. You know what I mean? But they said, oh, wait, the black community is going to place whole liberation revolution of black upon Grandmaster J. That's what he think. You know what I mean? That's what he think. Somebody just said, I think somebody just said they just sent the Cash App. If you just sent the Cash App, I appreciate you. Again, that people don't understand is that it does help further what is going on here in Baltimore and around the country. And what people don't know is we do have an organization. We're developing another organization to address things like this. I'm a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and we have a organization also called the Alliance for Political Accountability. And the Alliance is about us coming together, regardless of what you believe in, to bring forth solutions. Let me put my email in here to communities. You know what I mean? And make sure that we get our cut when the dollars are distributed, and also to address police brutality from a policy perspective, as well as from the product of the policy that has made the situation what it is. So we got something happening, fam, and I will allow people to take a look at it soon. As somebody said, 3 truths and a lie. You know what I'm saying? 3 truths and a lie. I will allow people to look at it soon, but the reason why I don't promote it is because our organization, I really just need serious, dedicated people who are ready to interface with their community and not allow a Grandmaster J or anybody else to come in that community. I mean, I wouldn't even want to come into your community and try to direct the energy if I haven't directed the energy in my own community. You know what I'm saying? Where is Grandmaster J community? He's taking trips to DC. He's taking trips to Lexington, Kentucky. He's taking trips to such and such. What have he done in his own community? See, let me tell you something. I got people here in Baltimore. I got people in Annapolis, Maryland can vouch for me that I shows up at the community. And I don't put everything on video. I shows up at the community. I shows up when somebody get killed. I shows up before somebody get killed. I got people that have vouched for me on that. I don't, you know what I mean? The people like me, we don't get celebrity status. You know what I'm saying? We don't get celebrity status from showing up and doing something we're supposed to do. It's like somebody saying, oh, he's a good father. He's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Your community is in distress. You're supposed to be in your community. This guy ain't in no community. This guy shows up when the camera shows up. When the camera gone, he gone. He want to make a Hollywood production of the liberation of our people. You follow me? He want to make a Hollywood production of the liberation of our people. It's sad, and we fall for this. Man. Jay shows up too. You don't. He shows up in other people's community to make a celebrity out of himself. Martin, he shows up in other people's community to make a celebrity out of himself. He don't shows up for solutions. Solution don't start marching. Marching has never solved anything. Marching has never solved anything. We are in 2020. We are in 2020. With that being said, peace and love, family. See y'all next go around. They walk around the house with a mask and shades on. Peace and love.